Meanwhile, Israel has agreed to allow 100 trucks of humanitarian aid into Gaza, as well as 5 ambulances from Turkey. A Jordanian diplomat said 21 Jordanian army doctors and 4 field hospitals would be allowed to enter on Wednesday. A generator donated to the Palestinian people from Libya was allowed through the Rafah crossing on Tuesday, and trucks carrying food and medical supplies passed through the Kerem Shalom crossing. Meanwhile, the International Committee of the Red Cross says it's preparing to fly 11 tons of medical supplies to Israel to help Gaza's overstretched hospitals. And Israel's foreign ministry says its navy has turned back a boat trying to carry pro-Palestinian protesters to the Gaza Strip. The ministry spokesman said the boat ignored an Israeli radio order to turn back on Tuesday. As the boat tried to outmaneuver the Navy ship, the two crashed with light damage to both vessels. The Israeli Navy later escorted the boat to territorial waters off Cyprus. The vessel, operated by the Free Gaza movement, planned to take physicians and up to 4 tons of medical supplies to Palestinians in Gaza. A former US Congresswoman and a Green Party presidential candidate were among the 16 passengers on board. Israeli opposition leader Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel's military offensive is aimed at getting rid of the Hamas government. He says it is not in anyone's interest to reoccupy Gaza.
I don't think anybody wants to reoccupy Gaza. It's not of my interest, not the interest of the government, I think not the interest of any of the Israeli people. But no country would suffer 6,000 rockets that have been launched from Gaza at Israel. I think we need to engage in political agreements with a more moderate element of the Palestinians and to buttress Palestinian society with rapid economic growth.
And about 200 Pakistanis have protested against Israel's attacks on the Gaza Strip. Crowds burned Israeli and US flags and demanded a stronger response from international organizations to stop the raids. Lee Chong has more.
Shiite Muslims, including children, beat their chests in grief. Their signs and slogans all condemned Israel and the US.
And I will request all the human beings to raise their voice against this tyranny of Israel, that they are ruthlessly, brutally killing all the Muslims of Palestine.
The German capital Berlin also saw more than 1,000 people in peaceful support of the Palestinian people. They called for an end to the violence, as well as increased support from the international community.
No one is helping. Everyone is just looking away. The innocent are dying, children are dying, babies are dying, women. No one is saying anything.
In Greece, one point the demonstrators began hurling rocks at riot police guarding the Israeli embassy in Athens. The police responded with tear gas and pepper spray to disperse the demonstrators. Thousands went on the streets of Sudan's capital, Khartoum, to protest the Israeli bombardment.
We ask the Arab political leaders and kings of all Islamic states to support Gaza and unify their ranks and send troops there to save it.
Protests were also held in South Korea. Israel has said the offensive is aimed at halting cross-border rocket attacks that intensified after a 6-month Egyptian-brokered ceasefire with Hamas expired on December the 19th. Lee Chong, CCTV.